Fingers crossed. It's a Tuesday, and Twitch doesn't always love me on a Tuesday. Hi, everybody. Seems short. Better. Welcome back, everybody. I wonder if I can hear things out of this. There we go. Okay, we're good. I ring the ding ding thing. Hi, everybody. The Big Hoss and JJ Hatchet and Shadow Silverstar for the gifted sub to Nightbot. I ran a pretty long test here a few minutes ago, and it came back only 1% dropped frames. So maybe we'll have a good night. We'll see. The table's back. That means that technical difficulties is also in production again. Though I did clear it down at least, so it's empty. I finished earlier today. Hey, Trixie! And again, this stream brought to you by G Fuel. Yes, G Fuel. Thank you for sponsoring this stream. It's the official e-drink of esports and gamers, designed to help support performance, energy, and extreme focus. Most flavors are keto friendly and with 5 grams of sugar or carbs. I always say that backwards. It's 5 grams of carbs, no sugar. Mostly. Still drinking the grape flavor. I guess I should try another one so that I can have a personal experience to share that doesn't involve purple flavor. But I do like purple flavor, so I guess that's kind of what we got. Right now, you can get 10% off with my code over at G Fuel, which is Sortaryan, Sortaryan. Though we're now rotating through 30% off coupons at the moment, so I think mine goes back to 30% like Thursday or Friday. I forget which. I'll tell you. I'll be more clear about that as soon as I look it up again. Do they have a blue and red flavor that you can mix to see what it tastes like? If it turns purple, I guess what blue would be like blueberry and red would be like strawberry or watermelon, right? So, is grape just the intersection of blueberry and strawberry? Because maybe I could see it. Also, no. Oh well, worth a shot. But again, thank you G Fuel for sponsoring the stream. Thank you Lazy Bella for being there. Thank you Haunted. Thank you Delhala. Thank you Lex Lava. Thank you Shadow. Why would it? Now we have no frames. So far we got frames. No, we've dropped 55 so far, which is 0.4%. So that was the warning. Thank you Casey Bowles. I'll say nothing more about it, and maybe it will forgive me. Quarantine Hotel. Ooh. Good luck with that Raven Buff Games. I'm doing well. Thank you. Lies here charmed. Bella's the definition of comfy. Thank you, Ezio, and Canadian in the room. You and the guys try some of Ark Survival other maps? I mean, maybe. We're still kind of ramping up on regular Ark Survival, which is kind of how we're easing into knowing even remotely what we're doing. After that, yeah, sure. I'm sure we'd be happy to expand into some of the other crazier dragons and all sorts of other stuff they've got available. Because why not? Is there not dragons? I don't know. What else is there? Oh, that's a lot of elite speak. Thank you, Rainy Days. Thank you, Berber, and Nelly Noodle, and that typical gamer dude. There are dragons. See? Dragons. Are there dragons? Are there not dragons? Here there be dragons. Sorry, wyverns. Thank you, Evans. Thank you, Astrocore. Sorry, responding to a message real quick. Wyverns on some maps. Some of the new maps get kind of crazy. I mean, why not? Hey, Dalhalla. I'm willing to try it out. Our problem with Ark has always just been that we never played it long enough to really understand some of the heavier mechanics of the game. We're already further along technology-wise than we ever got before. So, I don't. I'm as soon as I feel like I have a handle, because even now I don't understand some things. Like, I learned how to make the fabricator, and I can't figure out how to make the fabricator. I've unlocked the engram, but I can't. It's not showing up in the desk to make it, and I can't just make it on the ground. And I looked it up afterwards, and it says you're supposed to just make it on the desk, but I couldn't even see it in the desk. So a lot of these things, once I get an understanding of how that mechanic works, then I'll feel more comfortable going to more advanced versions of the game. Thank you, Kyla. Thank you, Della. Thank you, Geek Dreams. Thank you, Sassy. Your night going, and how's family? Everybody's doing very well. Thank you. The question for you is: there was a game or series that you had to play for the rest of your life? What would be? That's a hard question. Thank you, Chaos. I feel like when you say throw series in there, then there's things like Halo and GTA and things that have legs that'll probably keep releasing new titles. It would not be any Madden titles, I'll tell you that. I know they'll release a new one every year, but I don't want it. Though sad news today, Halo Infinite delayed to 2021. Thank you, Voltaic. Which was a real bummer. Thank you, Talon Whisker. Chat stopped loading for a few minutes. Really makes it look like you're talking to nothing. I am basically talking to nothing. I'm half convinced that no one outside of this room exists anymore. That it's all simulation, and they just got lazy with having to make it real. And so now that I just stay in the house and never actually see other humans, I feel like more and more that this is all fake, right? Y'all tell me if you weren't real, right? I feel like they cut back on the CPU budget, and so they were like, all right, we're just going to make him stay in the house. Then we won't have to render all those other humans. There's a few out there that are totally on board for the simulation agenda. Don't look at the chat behind the curtain. I'm a glitch. See? I caught on to you, though. Thank you, Cute Pirate Sam. See, that's exactly what a bot would say, though. Like, it's Turing test number 1 is, if you ask if bot real, bot say, yes, I'm real. You're a sim in my game and delete all the doors. I would expect that to happen, yes. The dog's definitely a simulation. Thank you, Time Sorcerer. Bella's all CG. The science has really come far. Now, Emma is 100% sack of meat. You can tell by how she just lays there all the time. She's down there. You can't see her. Thank you, the Parsons. Thank you, Time Sorcerer. Your main monitor is Mimic. It's been not biting me for a while now, and I appreciate that, though. How do I know I'm real? Look, I have no belief in anything any longer. I don't think I'm real. I don't think you're real. Someday someone's going to reboot the PC, and we're just going to lose all of 2020, and that won't be the worst thing. Thank you, Evo. Hi. Thank you, our Sweens. Somebody needs to... I was about to say something about my Twitch connection, but then I remembered I said I wasn't going to talk about that no more and hope that it doesn't break me. Thank you, Tellison. Thank you, Alterin. Yeah, I mean, I get to occasionally go out to the um, grocery store, and I feel like walking around a grocery store is always a reminder that life is real and sucks because no one's ever happy to be in a grocery store. There's no one skipping down the aisles going like, "Hey, I'm time to pick up some cereal." Nah, it's just like, man, everything that I'm about to throw money away on will be gone in a week. Oh, no! There it goes. I talked about it and it went. Yep, 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 yep. Thanks, Jackie. You're not really here though, I don't think. Thank you, Kevin Strain. Thank you, Harpo, for the gifted subs. Thank you, Shelbs. Just spent $300 cloning and upgrading my hard drive to my laptop. How do you PC nerds do it? Actually, that's a pretty straightforward process, and I like it when it works. I'm not gonna. I'm not. Thank you, JT Baston. I'm just. Oh, okay. You are here. Hi, Jackie. Um, you showed up and took all my frames, didn't it? All right. Here's the thing, Jackie. Here's what you're gonna like. I'm gonna spin this entire stream. Oh, losing frames. Mm-hmm. Are they back? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna spend this whole stream picking fights with giant robo dinosaurs that are gonna eat my face. Uh, and hopefully you can mac and cheese to your content. I need to fix that light. If I drop that down, do I get more color? A little bit. I have another lamp, and I haven't figured out how to tie it into the. I'm kind of doing a little experiment here. So, all of these lights, all these colored lights, are all hue bulbs. That's 5 hue bulbs. This guy is one of the cheaper whiz bulbs, which are it's like $13 for this one. The app is far superior, uh, and it does everything, as far as I can tell, as any of these hue bulbs. Now, the downside though is the app doesn't connect to Lumia Stream, which is how I control the lights with the chat, which is running, not running, which is why things haven't. There we go. We've turned that on. Sorry. There. Now you should be able to control the lights again. I have restored your powers. Use them wisely. I think. But I have to. Yeah, there it goes. But I have to figure out how to get that one tied into it. Though I do right now, it is doing a good job of contributing more blue to this side than I was previously getting, so. I think, honestly, this bulb has been more powerful than the hue bulbs. If you're thinking about getting colored lighting, and you don't necessarily need to tie it into, like, a stream, which this is probably the better bulb to go with. And their software has way more options in it. There's like animations and all sorts of things that for some reason Hue, the app doesn't. They have this thing called Hue Labs, where like, oh, it's got maybe sort of a candlelight thing. Like all this animation is being done by Lumia Stream. The Hue doesn't have any of that in it. The Wiz lights, cheaper, way more animation options. They're great. I highly recommend them so far. I've only had it for like a day and a half, so. Thank you, Justin Mac. Very excited for the pitch of Dino Face Eating. Oh, let's get some Dino Face Eating going on. Now, I'm not starting at the beginning of the game, because I've streamed... Did I stream the whole game? I think I streamed the whole game a while back ago. Thank you, DC Intergalactic. Thank you, Quark. Thank you, Kriya. Thank you, Tony Toxic. So I'm like... a couple hours in. Yes, okay. You're telling me for once the cheaper is the way to go. Jess, right now, the cheaper bulb is definitely... I need to do more research to figure out what the real up and downside of each is. But the cheaper bulb has got more options, is cheaper, and I think it's brighter, but it's in a different fixture, so it's kind of hard to tell. Also, it's a different kind of bulb. That's a standard, like, what, A40, your normal light bulb size, and this one is more like a go-in-the-ceiling type light, which probably shouldn't be in a lamp of that size, but since it's an LED, I think we can get away with it. Hey, pins! It really does seem just as good as the Hue bulbs, and like I said, it does a bunch of, like... Like, it's got all kinds of fun animations and things that are just built in, which Hue does not. Let's see. Let's see what the Wiz app will allow me to do. Oh, okay. How about romance? Oh, there we go. That feels romantic. It is changing colors? Nope, maybe romance is just one color. Oh, it's slowly kind of cycling through colors. What's deep dive look like? Oh, yeah. Give me that pulse. Anyway, but yeah, the app is much cleaner. It has like options for controlling the speed of the animation, the brightness, and you can still control it through voice activation and things like that. So it's honestly, so far, better. That animation doesn't seem to be animating very much, but I'll assume that it works out. Hey, Shelves. You're not in North Carolina this week. Legit apocalypse. Hurricane last Monday, earthquake Sunday, and 666 new confirmed COVID cases over the weekend. Woof. You guys had an earthquake in North Carolina? That is kind of the end times. When's the last time there was an earthquake previous to this in North Carolina? Be cool. It would be cool if Wiz could just have a desktop app. I haven't tried the... Is there a desktop app for Hue? I haven't tried that. Hue desktop app. Philips Hue. Looks like it. There is. Download the PC and Mac app. Wiz. Light. Desktop app. Wiz connected lighting. I can't tell if they've got a download or not. Consumer. App. Yeah, it looks like it's just a phone app. Thank you, Harpo. When do we get the chat command to shock you? I am working on that, actually. Thank you, Schwartz, brother. Hey, that may be something I roll out when we get to like Extra Life this year. Love myself. I'm not gonna die. I can take electricity. I'm not worried about it. Thank you, Tesliano. I am, thank you. Hope you're staying safe as well. Let's sleep until it's like a daytime sort of thing. Okay, so this is the PC port of the game that is just released. I'm pretty sure you can change to daylight by doing this. Maybe you have to save it a bunch of times. Hey, Rose Crimson. There was one somewhere in/near Pennsylvania to where I felt it at my house. Oof. Yeah, it's real dark right now because it's nighttime. Yeah, I was also next to the fire, so it was doing one of those like faux HDR things. Oh, he sees me a little bit. I haven't picked a fight with one of those yet. So, for anybody that's not familiar with this game, I'll give you a quick rundown of where we're at. Because there's not a whole lot of the story that I've done at this point. I've run around a lot, and you can level up real fast, apparently, especially knowing what you're doing. But story brief for anybody that's just not familiar with this, so you don't feel like you're lost. You are in a clearly it's a post-apocalyptic robo landscape. Thank you, Shadowcat. Thank you, Rose Crimson. Essentially, you start as a child who is adopted by an outcast from the tribe, and you grow up determined to join the tribe and find out who your mother is because Your parentage is unknown to you, or to as far as anyone has told you. So you grow up with an outsider who takes care of you and raises you and trains you to be a brave of the tribe. The Nora are the people that you live near. As an outcast, no one can speak to you, so you're very determined to prove yourself in the proving, as it's known. You fight your way through to win the proving, but just as your moment of triumph is upon you, your city, town, village is attacked by an outside group of cultists who kill your adopted father kind of person and a bunch of other people in the tribe and then run away. You're recovering from the fight, and one of the matriarchs of the village tells you that essentially you were just born from the mountain, which means she takes you to a giant metal door and is just like, Mama. Apparently the door opened and just kicked your ass out, little baby ass out onto the floor. And so they didn't know what to make of you. And that's why they had you to be raised by an outcast, because they're big on mothers. The mountain is like sacred mother. So one of the matriarchs was like, no, she's of the devil. And the other matriarch was like, no, she came from Mama. So it's not really a spoiler. This all happens in the first like half hour of the game. I'm just explaining up to where I am, and that's mainly where I am at this point. Essentially, they're like, okay, you came from the mom. It turns out that the cultist people were there to kill you because you looked like some old woman that they had a video of. Oh, I'm sorry, I did forget one important plot point, which is as a child you fell in a hole and found like a future Bluetooth headphone, which gives you kind of the ability to scan things and taught you to read, that kind of stuff. Aside from that, they name you a seeker, which means you're allowed to leave. Yeah, it's called the Focus, is what the Bluetooth headphone thing is. That doesn't really come up all that often, what it's called, but hey, Harpo, the metal Dorito. It does look like a metal Dorito just stuck on the side of her head. Thank you, the Uncanny Bert. Anyway, so they name you Seeker, which is like a member of the tribe that can go forth into the world because all the rest of them are not allowed to, because they're not allowed to deal with technology or other people. It's all banned. Thank you, JJ. It's very like that, JJ. But they send you out to find out why these people attacked you. And the only thing she's really got to go on is this guy named Olin, who was there right before the attack, who had a focus as well. And it clearly was the one that provided them with the data about where you were. So that's kind of all you know at this point in the game. I mean, I've played the whole thing. I remember where it goes. But at this point, you're on a quest to find Olin and kick his ass because he told him where you were. That's really... There's a bunch of other little side stories to this. You do a bunch of side quests. And honestly, it's got an incredible collection system, skills system, crafting system. It's really hits all the tropes. In fact, I think what I'm going to do here at the beginning is we've got four things right here in this little... It's kind of like a triangle because that's sort of in line, but we'll hit this tall neck, which is like a climbing puzzle. Then there's a bandit camp, which is like a stealth puzzle. There's one of these Sigma sites. Is that what they're called? I forget. Cauldrons. That's it. Which is where you learn to override more types of animals, and some hunting grounds, which are just like some interesting like hunting challenges. It's just so much various gameplay types all mushed into one game that also has a really solid story. I've done one cauldron. I've done that one right there, Sigma. This exploration through here, there's also, these are like collectibles that I'll probably grab several of those because you can trade them in when you get to the city for stuff. I forget what. I believe this area up here is actually DLC area, and I've never been there. I never really played the DLC for this game. The map is pretty large, though, depending on how zoomed in you are, like the distance between these two is 10, 15 seconds walk or something. It's not that far. Let's see, how long will it take to get to, well, that'll be up a mountain. We'll do the tall neck first, because that'll reveal this map. Yeah, there are a lot of symbols, but most of them are just like, this is the type of robo-dinosaur that's there. We'll probably get in a few scraps with some big mean things like a Thunderjaw, or, you know, why not? Let's have some fights. I am already level 28, I think, just from doing that stuff. And I've upgraded a lot of my carry capacity because it's really easy to do once you know what you're supposed to be looking for, which is essentially pick up all the flowers, all the sticks, and kill everything you see. If it's got legs, kill it. All the animals of the forest are useful for making sacks. Sacks to haul around your stuff. Theos. Technology. Exactly. Okay. So, this is, again, I'm playing on PC. If there are frame stutters, I'll tell you it's probably, again, just my Twitch connection and not the game, which is running pretty smooth for me. I did, when I was looking this, I'm just on normal because I'm just having fun. When I, can I turn up the difficulty mid-game? Someone's fighting somewhere near me. I hear, oh. Well, hi guys, what are you fighting? A lot of the Steam reviews have, thank you, Knight Rider, have said that they've had issues with crashing. I haven't run into any so far. I've got probably 5-6 hours in this game, and I haven't had a single crash. Thank you, Commando. So, I don't doubt that there are issues out there. It was interesting to me, too, that a lot of the people were posting their computer setups, and they're very similar to mine hardware-wise, so I'm not sure what those issues were being caused by, or if they were already resolved by a patch earlier. I haven't had any issues with the memory leaks so far, Vagabond Twitch, and I've played it for hours on end and not had an issue. So, witticism. This is definitely, yeah. It's kind of like the Arizona part of the game. I started in the forest. I started in Seattle and worked. Actually, I think you're in Denver. At one point, there's a sports team that you see their Coliseum. What are we fighting here, guys? Oh, wait a minute. There's a bunch of different arrow types. And if you can remember which one to use on which. Did I not hit him in his special battery butt? Oh, he doesn't have it anymore. What the? Woo! Laser Man! So you go in slow motion when you zoom or jump, if you unlock that skill. Did I save you guys? They sound thankful.
Nora, we should talk.
Ah, yes. Give me a treasure box.
You've given me back my life.
You're welcome.
Let me at least give this to you.
Okay, give it to me. Generous rewards box. Oh. I kind of want to pick a fight with that Glint Hawk. I probably won't win. But, I mean, I might. I don't have a lot of the later game weapons yet. Got some of them. He's seen me. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Okay, you gotta stop moving around. I am playing with a mouse and keyboard. Which is great for shooting. I think I just made it mad. Whoa. Scan it. What can I hit you with? Strength, lightning. Yeah, I'd prefer a weakness, which is apparently just being hit. Ooh, it's got like a canister there on the side of its neck, which I think is a frost damage. Missed it. see if I can hit it. Okay, you gotta stop flying there, bud. Give me a second. Oh, missed it. Maybe if I fire 2 at the same time. Nope. The accuracy isn't great. Also, he seems content to just rain hell upon me from up high. Come down here and fight like a person. Come on. There he is. Oh, yeah. Nope. Ah. Missed it. Oh, did I get it? I don't think so. Maybe I should try and get in with a rope. Woohoo! Ah, rolled into it. That was a good hit. Ooh. If I could get that canister, though, that would really do a lot of damage because it'll explode. Uh-oh. Ooh! They're really good at shooting in your line of travel. Oh, that's electricity. Alright, how about this? Let's try a different approach here. Give me the rope caster. Let's see if we can get him back on the ground. And we'll just tie him down. Then I will have a much harder time missing. Oh, he killed all those other people. My bad. Ooh, ow. Hey, come here. Yeah, there we go. This is gonna take a lot. There we go. And then I fell in the water, which... Oh, please hit it once. There it is. Ooh. I froze myself there. Missed it. While it's frozen, it actually takes extra damage, so it helps if you hit a critical spot. Ooh, ow. Ooh, almost dead. Dead. There it goes. Oh, it got me. Hey, JJ. We're gonna rock move. Hey, Treymungus. Yeah. I'm very early to be attacking that kind of robot in disguise. Also went in with mostly not arrows. I haven't really had too much problem Wicked Chet with frame drops so far. You've definitely noticed some tonight because of my connection, not because of the game itself. Whoops. Oh, you had friends. Take all. Thank you. Try and get to that tall neck. Is it that far away? Oh, yeah, it is. I'll pick a night with the Glint Hawk again. Uh-oh. Well, it picked a fight with me. I think I had most success by tying it down. Who knew? The Glint Hawk's into bondage. Come here, you kinky devil! Oh, I didn't get it! Crap. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, it's got some things on its butt, too. What are the butt ones? The butt one's weak to lightning? Stop yelling at me! Lay down! Okay. Alright. Got it. That looks more like a fire one. Can't tell. Oh, right in the heart. I hit something important in its foot. Okay. Ooh, stunned it. Get in there. Woohoo! That was a good hit. Alright, so I blew off its little lightning gun. Thank you, Allison! Oh, it's dead. Haha! That's where all the good modifications are. I barely even had to heal on that. And now I shall pick up rock. I see you, bunny rabbit! Oh, no, not that. Hello? You're not getting away! Damn, that one's clever. I started using the rocks more this game. I actually need that fish, too. Don't judge me, I need the fish. See? It had a fish skin. Which is very important, apparently, for making things. I needed the fish. Look, I needed the fish to make the crafting, carry capacity. No, not that. No, not that. No, not that. That's fish bone. Okay, alright. Maybe at the moment I didn't need the fish. But in the future I could need the fish to make one of these. I need to skin a raccoon so that I can carry more potions. See? Rabbit skin. Very important. Except I don't really need to carry any more weapons. That's a pouch that is almost completely useless. Because I just don't carry a giant sack full of weapons.
Good for an old remedy.
All these red flowers are the health items of the game, which you have a sack to fill with those, too. Alright, tall neck. Lots of sacks, man. See you, salmon. Oh, that's red. That's green. That means he's got a fish bone. There we go. Now I can make a better sack. What is that? Ooh, that's a sawtooth.
That'll help.
That'd be a little bit harder to kill, though. You can kind of burn them up. Thank you, Feisty Alpaca. 50 months feels more like 50 years. Thanks, Allison. Ooh. I think I can ride these if I override one. Here, I'll use the rock right now. Look that way. That was the wrong button. Look that way. I hit that one in the head. Uh-oh, he looked. Didn't matter. Got him. Now you're a mount. God! The other one's mad. It doesn't like you because you're different. I'll protect you. Ugh! I thought I turned you. There's that one. This one's on my side. There we go. You can pick stuff up while you're on the mount, which is always
receiving another signal.
oh, always a good game mechanic.
Closing in on the signal.
Whoops. Are those good people or bad people? Bandits. I would just run him over. Charge! You shouldn't have been a bandit. I'm the law. Ooh, hey now. I think I've made them all mad. Is this a bandit camp? No. So why are there so many bandits here?
You can see them. They can't see you.
This is definitely a bandit camp. They were just hanging out. No, they're bad. Did you see how it said bandit? The focus told me they were bad. It just looked at them and knew. I think that means the focus profiles people, but... Ancient Bluetooth device. How'd you know they were bandits? I don't know. They just had that look about them.
Okay,
Oh, there's a tall neck.
I need to get up to the tall neck's head. The killers. What are they doing here? It looks like they're trying to capture the tall neck.
Stay away. You may have more company.
I'm going to stab you. Got him. Uh-oh. Someone might notice that. Wow, there's a lot of them. Thank you, yes, Leah can. This is a cover stream. Glad you're playing this. Great game. It is a wonderful game. Thank you, Chess the Destroyer. Thank you, JJ. I bet Robo Brisket is still cheaper than real brisket. I don't know. How long do you have to cook metal to make it edible? Seems like it would really involve a significant investment of time. Got him. Oh, there's a corruptor down there. That's not good. Can I get on top of this? Sure you can, but how? This is one of those times when daylight would be immeasurably helpful. That's a lot. I wonder what he's on to. Oh. Uh-oh. Got him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Stop it. You see nothing. Really hard to see with that arrow in your eye.
Find me.
I really drew the shit straw. Ugh. I guess that arrow just ceased to be somewhere between here and there. In fairness, that was a really long way to shoot an arrow. How about this far? Oh, he noticed, though. Stop dancing, you fiend! I missed. How about one of the big boy arrows? That'll do it. This is the actual sniper bow. I just use the other one all the time because it's, in a lot of ways, better. Do we have a Nightbot command just to say that I've played this before? Wow. Ooh, Mr. Leaderman. He gets 2 arrows to the eyes. He very wisely decided to go back the other direction when that guy in front of him just fell down dead. Unfortunately, cannot stealth stab Leaderman. But I can just shoot him in the face and take his gun. Huh.
I see him.
Wild. Let's grab this. And then we Deathbringer gun. Say hello to my little friend. Technology, boys! It's for everyone. Damn, there's a lot of these guys. What's that? Hardpoint arrow. Weird.
They're giving up.
Yeah. Alright, let's see if I can get that corruptor to come say hi. I don't know if I can hit him from here. Oh yeah, I did. Everyone should have one of these. What? Oh, where'd you guys come from? Bip. 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 Okay, boy, it really hard to bip in the head there. I really expected a gun with a belt that size to have more bullets in it, but it's fine. Damn, he's got something blue. Usually means good, but I don't feel like going down there. Okay, here we go. So with these guys, it's usually just desert glass or something. Is that Mecha Big Gurn? Thank you, Patriot. F.E. Patriot? Iron Patriot. Ah, I get it. Nice. Appreciate the tier 2 sub. Is this high enough? Take me, Tall Neck. Now we wait for Tall Neck Daddy. Crunching ice. Mom, mom. Yeah, it looks like someone took a Federation starship and plonked it on top of a giraffe. Oh, wait.
This should be a good spot.
Hey,
to
up!
to the tunnel.
There we go.
All right.
All
Now we
right.
just have to reach its head.
Our protagonist here is named Aloy, and she has the grip strength of not one but two gorillas. One for each hand. She can actually make diamond just by squeezing it. A piece of coal. This mine now. Thank you, Reg. Oh, well, thank you, Iron Patriot. And now I have a battle station. What's up, bitches? I'm on my boat. Got him. Thank you, Marcus. I am very sad that Halo got delayed. I'm trying to remember, we were shooting, I think, GTA when we found out. So they'll in GTA, you will hear our live reaction to discovering that news. Damn it, take me back over there. Ah. Oh, come on. All right, he's on the move. I'm on a walking thing. Ah! Damn it! That would have been so sweet. Damn it! Oh, he moved. I got him. You fool! You shouldn't have stopped moving. Oh, mouse and keyboard is great. Need a scope. Come on. There's so much bumping. Got him. Yeah, there weren't any other robots around to damage, though, so I wasn't too worried about that. And I think that was the last of the humans, too, so... there was a box I saw somewhere on the ground over here. Rabbit! Come here, you! I need a pouch. I don't... Oh, damn it. You're not a raccoon, but you'll do. Thank you, Jess.
This'll last.
He keeps walking like, oh, there must be... You missed him so many times. Yeah, I did whip past him quite a few times. Thank you, Jess. You're on a boat. I do have my flippy floppies on. And my Afghan. Something Afghan. There's a line there. I swear I saw a chest somewhere. Rabbit! You die today, Rabbit. At least it's daytime now. So you won't die in the dark. Come here! Gratuitous. Got him. Needed that fatty meat. Thank you, JJ. This is great. I've always wanted to have one of the towers from Assassin's Creed as a pet, right? I wonder if it'd step on you. Ow. Ow. Well, can't step on you, but you can get kicked by a 2-story, 5-story, 6-story spaceship on a giraffe. Nautical themed Pashmina Afghan. Thank you, Slan. Thank you, Marcus. There it is again. Nautical themed Pashmina Afghan. Thank you again, Marcus. I'm sad, but I really hope they're delaying to make the best possible. Halo's delayed and considered the best game 2 or 3. I think they did delay 2, which was not considered the best game. Though, having played it again recently, I like it a lot more than I liked it at the time. Though, the multiplayer for it was so good, it almost didn't matter what the campaign was. You could just be happy with what you got to play otherwise. I'm going to jump over here and do some hunting challenges. Thank you, Tony Toxic, H stream of Arc. Thank you for killing the dodos, peak content. Well, someone replaced them already. And they were coming right at me, so I really didn't have a choice but to put them down. I being, you know, a human with weapons, and them being small, flightless birds that went extinct for being dumb. There was really no choice. Are you the challenge man? Yeah, you are.
Ready for another run?
I was not expecting that voice. Pace trial.
The remains of Watchers rest on 3 rises. Loot all of them before time runs out, and you pass. It sounds simple, but watch out for all the other machines down there.
This guy's voice is killing me. Okay. Watch out for all the other machines down there. Okay. Thank you, Wolf Wizard. Who will bet me that I can't do this on the first try? No one needs to bet me anything. You can't. There we go. That's the kind of challenge I needed.
Once you slide down the rope.
Okay. I like that they made his lips look like someone that would speak like that, though. Okay. Okay, so I gotta get there, and there. Race the Glinthawks. Wait, so I need to kill them, probably. Here we go! A minute 30? That's not very long. Ow. Oh, that broke my leg. Hey. F off, you. Ow. Ah, hell with it. Just get to the next one. Oh, there's 4 of them? Damn it. No, I only have to get 3. Leave that alone. 30 seconds. Got it. Oh, God. Oh, God. There's so many. They're so mad. Okay, they've lost track of me. That one hasn't. Ow. Missed it. Burn! Okay. I don't need to be here. Throw rock. That'll do it. Taking a second to look at this guy. Weakness is being shot. Got it. But not being shot there. So that did work out okay. Better. Gotta give him those glowy bits. I also do not like to be shot in my glowy bits. Don't ask which bits of mine glow. That's for me to know and you to find out. Got him. That's 1,000 experience for every one of those. Ooh, what's that? Trampler. Stop eating that. Ooh, I hit something good. Really? Still alive? No, there we go. Okay. I had... Okay, hang on. Let me deliver this back, and then I'll go kill that trampler. Everybody's got glowy bits. You just got to know where to look. That's where the phrase glow up comes from. When someone tweaks your glowy bit. Can you eventually override the birds? I don't remember.
You won a blazing sun on your first
I
attempt.
know. Wild.
Congratulations.
He's so happy. Okay, hold on. Before I
have to get going.
do another one. Welcome back, Jackie. Oh, you just missed me kicking that trial's ass. And now I'm gonna do... So, whenever you get a new weapon, they give you these tutorials you can do. And I seem to remember... Stalkers and long legs. Oh, okay. I guess I don't need a trampler anymore. Blaze, chill water, elemental using harvest arrows. I think those have... No, maybe not. They got, like, girthy stomach regions, but no canisters. Oh, wait, no. The backs are, like, all canister, aren't they? Let's try one of these parts arrows. Okay.
I'm turning back.
There we go. 2, 3. So those are just good for some extra experience. Especially early on, you can use those to level up a lot. And it kind of teaches you what your new weapon's capable of doing. Or new arrow, usually. Thank you, Alterin. And Tyrannosaurus Rex. And the Waffle Wizard. Oh, I could use a Waffle Wizard right now. Thank you, Megan. Thank you for the tier 3 sub, Megan. I keep hitting escape. It's never the right thing, though. Option. So what was my other tutorial? Stalkers and long legs. That's the chicken things, are the long legs. Yeah, this is how many different types of quests you've got. You got main, side, errands. You got all the bandit camps you can kill, all the tall necks to find, all the hunting grounds to do, all the cauldrons. The corrupted zones are just areas with, like, messed up super dinos. There's so much to do in this game. It is honestly so well done. Thank you, Hellraiser. Right? Who doesn't want waffles? Waffles are delicious. What am I working on here? Balanced aim. I really need to work on being able to stab leaders, because that's big for the stealth game. Ooh, but fast reload and concentration's great. More concentration. Oh, damn it. That's 3 and 3. What do you think? Should I go stealth road or go more slowy shooty? You've never made a waffle before, Jackie? Not a single waffle? It comes from a mix. You've eaten waffles? Okay. Have you had a pecan waffle? Me and stealth, yes, Robin, thank you. I use your given name because of my outrage. Exactly one waffle in my life. Wow, Beth. That's... No, Jackie. Pecan waffle is a waffle with pecans in it. It's like the thing that you order when you go to Waffle House. So I'm getting this. I'm going the stealth route. You know what? I'll show all y'all. Stab, stab, stab. No, it's usually you roast the pecan a bit so that it's a little bit softer. But you know, it does provide some interesting texture in the waffle, which is nice. So that's not just uniformly pillowy. Gives it a little bit of a something to bite into, which I like. Like something, you know, having a little something to sink my teeth into when I'm having my waffle. It's good. Not sugar? No, Freckles. It provides a contrast to the sweet, is what it does. It gives you something like it's the salty savory mix, which is real good. You could use walnuts instead if you don't like pecans, Iryu. It's not... I've never tried that. Can't remember if I'm allergic to pecan. Jackie, there's like a few things in life that you absolutely have to know. And one of them is what nuts kill you. You can get by in your daily life not knowing a lot of things, but the things that will make you dead if you eat them, that's important. No, how dare Cute Pirate Sam? I mean, Waffle House as a whole, blah. Yeah, no, you go eat there when you're just ready for death to take you. But the pecan waffle at Waffle House.
That's it.
Good.
I'm already gone.
She agrees. She just said that's it. So much outrage in one moment. Someone questioning my stealth abilities. Jackie might die from a pecan. The Mang of Waffle House. That's my cultural heritage. Both pecans and Waffle House. That's like all that Georgia has to offer the world. No, you shouldn't try one without knowing if it'll kill you, Jackie. It's bad. Okay, if you got an EpiPen that I can jam into you. Nothing says having a good meal experience like someone hovering over you with an EpiPen. No, we're not doing the hospital ride. I'm giving you the stab on site. That's what I get. I get to stab you to save your life. I'm gonna go get a bandit camp right now. I'm gonna stab just out of everyone except for the leaders who I can't stab because I don't know how yet. I haven't figured out how to stick it in the leaders just the right angle because you have to get checked after the shot. That's true. I'll take you after the stabbing. Post stabbing. Where's a bandit camp? Where's a bandit camp? There's one right there. I'm going to that bandit camp right now. Look, there's a campfire right there. We're going to this bandit camp. I'm gonna stab all of them silently. Then I'm gonna stab Jackie with an EpiPen while she has a pecan.
Dust storm.
This damn dust storm. This is for extra points because I can't stab the leaders without, you know, getting in trouble. It just won't work. There's no stealth stabbing the leaders until I get 2 more points. Okay, that was a frame drop for the game, not just from... Uh-oh. Hey, ugly! Look at me! Let me see that eye. Now, if it doesn't turn red, that still counts as stealth. That's the rules. If it's not red before they're dead, then they didn't see you. I feel like if you're allergic to walnuts and pistachios, your chances of being able to stomach a pecan or even a peanut are low, but concerns me greatly. While I would like to say that pecan waffles are worth the risk, I don't know that they're that good.
Be fascinating if they weren't looking.
Ah. Nothing else in life is too short to be limited by such things like silly life-threatening allergies. No, 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 no. That life becomes short with those things. Thank you, Diesel. Thank you, JJ. Everybody else remember that Eggo commercial where their two sumo wrestlers belly slammed a waffle to create Eggo pancakes? No and yuck. Thank you, Den. Do you have the golden backpack yet? No. Also, I'll admit, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember there being a backpack in this game. Man, I'm far from this. Okay. We gotta ford the river. Oh, there's a metal flower on the way, though. There's a tall neck. Go to bed. What's up? Livy, bedtime. No, it's okay, Eli. I'm sure you heard Eli who just said, "Oh, the unlimited fast travel pack." No, I haven't got that yet. Eli just came in and said that he's told Livy 3 times that it was bedtime, and she has not come up from upstairs. And so when I called out to her, she immediately said, "Oh, okay, I didn't know," which infuriated her brother. Okay, I really want to blow this guy up. And so I won't. Thanks. I don't need my hat right now, but I appreciate that very much. All right, bedtime, boyo. School starts on Thursday. Oh, the tall neck killed a fish for me. Nice. Maybe I could just practice kill this one. See, first we throw a rock. Then Dum Dum looks over there. Ooh, he get mad. We shoot that. And then he noticed me. Okay. So that's why we practice, you know. So we got to warm up to the stealth. Uh-oh. Get off me! Ow! Not that kind of warm. Oh boy! Forgot they lunged. That's definitely... It doesn't count though. We're still good. Whoa! So big! I'm stuck. Woohoo! Like, this is not really a fair comparison either, because, you know, robots are all, like, mechanical and able to use sensors and things. Alright, run away. Alright, he dead? You almost dead. And I almost killed someone else, too. Die! Look at that! My battle cry was so effective that it killed him. That's how fearsome I am. Poor thing! It's giant evil crocodile monster! You probably sided with Godzilla too, didn't you? Where am I going? Where's this metal flower? I'm on it somewhere. So the secret to any of the collectibles like this are... Metal flowers are always going to be in kind of like a triangle of flowers. And they'll have a purple... There it is. You know, the little things that show, like, pick this up. They have purple. Ancient debris are the same way. So if you're ever trying to figure out where the heck that thing is, just look for the purple.
Oh, you're not ordinary.
Okay. I won't need this health because no one will see me or attack me as I go in. There it is. Okay. First, we case the joint. Never mind. Gotta get a little closer. Is this even the camp? No. First, we finish running to where the camp is. Damn it. I feel like there's gonna be a guy out here, though, and it's gonna spoil my run. There we go. Anybody around? Okay. Show you stealth. Here comes the stealthiest stealth you ever stealthed. You're gonna be throwing rocks and whistling and stabbing people in bushes. Oh, the last rock I threw didn't really work that well. Go over there. I'm paranoid. Right, he's dead. One arrow just left. I don't know where it went, but it's fine. No one noticed. That's stealth. That's the leader. Can't stab him. Gonna have to do something else for that guy. We're all on the other side of this hill. Okay. There's the alarm over there. Pick up my rock. This rock's gonna take me the whole way. Boy, the bloom on that's really making it hard to see. I don't know if he's gonna see that body or not. Doesn't really matter if he does. Still doesn't count. Okay, he's just gonna leave. May need to circle around and come in from a different direction because I'm gonna have to go right through the boss, whom I can't. Well, I can still shoot him in the head, I guess.
I see the alarm.
Totally hidden.
Hope I don't hear it too.
I don't need the alarm marked. Okay. This is what stealth looks like. It's slow, meticulous. It's patient, like I am. Everyone always saying that about me. Patient guy. That's a real problem how they're currently laid out. Okay. Let's give him a little whistle. Whistle? Cool. Oh my god. That bush just whistled.
What the?
And then we stab. That was a bit aggressive. You could have just got him in the kidney, but you know, whatever. Can't drag the body away. We're committed to that body being right there. Exactly, JJ. No, my narrative is fine, Jackie. Thank you, Sassy. And thank you again, Dad. Well, as much as I was enjoying the stream, my toddler is refusing to go to bed. I know how that goes. My more than toddlers just wandered in a moment ago. I can't tell if you can see out of there. Creepy feet. Sneaky feet. Now, I am also wearing the stealth armor, which gives me some advantages in sneaking around. I really need this guy to come out here so I can shoot him. Oh, they're so close. Oh, everybody's so close. That guy
The bandits
tripped.
brought their prisoners here.
Dork. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, so many. It's okay. I can do this. Believe in the power of yourself. Throw the rock.
Something over here.
Be the rock. Okay. Turn around, please. Okay, you examined the rock.
We gotta burn our drawers, boys. Find it.
What? Oh, now he's attracted attention. Damn it, I wish I could stab this guy.
Alright, new plan.
I let go of the trigger. Oh, come on. Damn it. I let go of the trigger. I had it. Okay. Still, no one saw me yet, except for that guy. And he's got like 3 arrows in his head, so he's not telling nobody. Look, sometimes when you're being stealthy, you have to be less stealthy just to, make people less aware. Yeah, it's the trigger discipline was really the problem. Thank you, Knight Rider. Yeah, I did too. I just thought I'd make it further than that. What? How are you seeing me? I'm in the bushes. How are you seeing me? I'm in the bushes. Stop looking at me. That man could see through bushes. Some kind of bush seer. Well, they haven't done the alarm yet, so I'm not as bad as I could be. They're on to something happening, but they're all about to forget. Especially this one. See, they've all forgotten me. Everything's good now. Those people were dead. They don't know why or care. Thank you, Ghost of Death. Thank you, Sam. It must be so miserable being part of a bandit tribe in any video game ever, because no one ever cares when you die. I don't know that that's going to kill him from the back.
Been sewn back together more times than your cloak. How'd you like that?
Look, I'm still counting this as somewhat stealthy, because at the moment, most of the people have died without knowing what happened. That was needlessly elaborate, but that's fine. Puncture their alarm. Maybe. Usually, there's a prompt where you stab it. But I guess this one doesn't. I see it. There you kill switch, Zai. Zay. No one pulled it, I don't think. Maybe they did. Look, I didn't pick up the big heavy gun and mow them all down. I could have done that. I feel like I still get partial credit for this one.
Am I hearing things? Uh-oh. Could be a stiff.
Oh, look at that. That was so well executed. Go me. Hooray me. Let's all just remember the positive things that I just did. And skip past any of the things where I, like, accidentally took my finger off the trigger, releasing an arrow, alerting one of the boss characters. And then some other guy could see through bushes, like some kind of bush seer. Why isn't the AH stream quality this good? For AH, we stream at so there's a interesting bit of technology behind how our H streams work, which is because of the multicam technology, or to do the multicam effect, we all have to stream to YouTube, and then Michael watches and selects and then streams to another channel, which is how we it gets kind of double encoded, unfortunately.
Hey! Someone killed one of them!
But that's the only way to get the multicam, unfortunately. But it does also degrade the quality of it because it gets encoded twice. It's the same bit rate and everything as I'm streaming here. Wow, missed it. She didn't notice though, so it doesn't count. Thanks, Golden Brown Waffles. Wow, waffles have been a real theme tonight. Oh, I think these are the guys that came to help. Well, is anybody else to kill here? Oh, these guys, maybe. You haven't tried. Go to bed. Go to bed, love. Go lay down in your bed and close your eyes. Think relaxing thoughts. What's a relaxing thought? Thank you, Null and Void. Mommy, okay. So to go lay in bed and me, thank you. And lay in bed and think about me and Mommy and that day we were on the beach. And Eli. Go to bed. You have no excuse. Be in bed. What's your excuse? You sleep in your bed. You sleep in your bed. We got to get used to going back to bed because you got to start to school again on Thursday.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean I can just sleep with him for 1 more night.
Go to bed. No. Eli likes to sleep on his own too. Good night, Livy. I know you don't like to sleep. Go to bed, both of you, please. You like it, you don't love it. That's fair. In your own beds, please, so that we don't lose technology. Ooh. That guy's far. What is he doing? I don't know if a single arrow will kill these guys. It did. You,
Someone over here.
you wouldn't think that that would be a question, but it is sometimes. Yes. No one dared come in after that. How much more of this camp is there? Everybody's dead that way. What are these glowy things? Supply crates? Alright.
No space.
Oh boy. Some good stuff in there. I don't know what it all was. I couldn't even pick up all that stuff. Oh, my resources are maxed out. I need to go sell a bunch of stuff. I've been holding on to too many things because a lot of them you use for weapons and things like that. I will say one of the things that this game does not do well is it doesn't manage the economy very well. You have to hold on to so many things. Don't be a bush seer. He wasn't. It checks out.
Helpful.
Show yourself,
Uh-oh.
miserable chop.
That's not what I wanted. Still not the right button.
Someone's out there killing us. Look.
Bye-bye.
You're not afraid of little old me, are you?
Just one more step. One more step. You need a rock? Let me see this rock. Somebody, please come see the rock. Thank you. Stealth kill. That was stealthy.
Still sniffing around.
Well, it worked once. Let's see if they learn. So far, no. Okay. I don't know how you saw me. That one's kind of nonsense. I mean, the explosion was not stealthy, but the fact that he around the corner was like, I know where that came from, that bush. But that was still mostly stealth. Predominantly stealth. Look, I didn't say you didn't see the bomb, but seeing a bomb and know where the bomb came from doesn't mean... Oh, a merchant. Are very different things. Go to bed! Hold on 1 second. Okay. Pelican, I'm gonna have to go put the... Okay. Have I not upgraded everything? I think I've upgraded pretty much everything. Okay, so this is the downside, is you've got all of this nonsense. Go to bed! And there's not a sell all the stuff that is only used for selling. Sell popularity. See, some of these are sold for trading with merchants. If it's got trading for merchants, you might need to hold on to it. Though the mark for sell option is really convenient. I feel like there was a better way to do this. Rarity, item value, popularity. Nope. So you have to just kind of sort through here, and you can mark them with R. Like looking for things that are just sell. Selling for metal shards. Got plenty of Watcher hearts. I can get rid of some of these. Only need like one. As long as these are unique, then I can keep them or get rid of them. Scrapper lenses. Alright, let's get rid of those. And Strider lens. Lots of Watcher lenses. Desert glass. LA. So some of these herbs you can just pick up pretty much an unending number of, which means that you just keep shoveling them in, and then eventually they take up a lot of your capacity. The health herbs, you hit a maximum where you can't carry any more. All the rest of them, you end up just picking them up constantly. Thank you, Dark Wolf and Shadow Spleen. As soon as you get everything upgraded, then I can just get rid of all of this stuff, which will be great. Oh, I got a Luminous Braiding, which means I can get the... Ah, there's the Golden Fast Travel Pack. I'm missing a fox skin. I already have that. I think it's the sling. Yeah. Okay. What do I have in terms of weapons? I need a purple warbow. I just upgraded that. I have a warbow? No. Really, the main difference between this as they get through rarity is that you just get more slots, more modifier slots. One of the first things I went for is the ability, there's a skill that gives you the ability to remove these so that you're not stuck with or destroy them every time that you want to replace one. Go with a balanced load on this. Or I could just max out fire. It's got electricity and it's got cold. I have really good go in for everything but cold. So maybe I'll just double down on the... Yeah, we'll give up cold to double down on electricity. Thank you, Rogdor. Which probably that gave me a new tutorial. Yes, it did. Burn machines vulnerable to fire using fire bombs like sawtooths, cryobellowbacks, ravagers, glinthawks, and snapmaws. I don't feel like it's going to be very easy to slingshot a flying beast, but we'll give it a shot. Right, can I get rid of anything else? My resources sack is still too full. Too many damn lenses. I want to have them for whenever I want to trade for something, but at this point I'm starting to think, okay, surely we're done with things like watcher lenses. But maybe not. Let's get rid of some of these metal vessels. Got an awful lot of blaze, too. Let's offload some blaze. Wires used in a lot of things. Okay. Down to 85. Ooh, 15 slots. Most things are going to go in those empty slots, though, and they create stacks, so I'm not too bad off. All right. I still haven't made it to the main city we're supposed to be going to here. I got distracted from my hunting grounds by proving that I could, not quite proving that I could stealth. Sort of proving. Insinuating. I insinuated that stealth was a possibility.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. In this trial, you must tie down a trampler and shoot off the component under its belly.
Okay. Sounds
Good
easy enough.
choice.
There's a trampler. There's a trampler. Gotta tie it down. Ow. What is this supposed to prove? Wow! Oh, wait a minute. That was the only one it had, so I have to do another one. Could you please stop trying to kill me while I tie your friend up? Again, not a sentence I thought I would be using, but we live in a weird world. Got it. Thank you, Shadows Bleed, for the gifted subs. And thank you, Protoss. Saw the new trailer for Hitman 3 VR. Can't wait to see these shenanigans come. It looks pretty wild. I'm kind of shocked that they're going the VR route with that. Just because from the trailer, it's pretty brutal. I mean, the trailer shows someone basically getting ready to garrote. Oh boy. which I'm fine with, other than it being on PSVR.
Out already?
He doesn't seem very stunned. Ah! He claimed he was stunned. Whoa! He tracked me. Gotta get him right in the undercarriage. There it is. Thank you, Ultimate X13 and Shabby Streamer. Oh, good. Now I have a trampler lens. Wow. I'm standing on top of it. You're not going anywhere. Burn. Wow. Get in there and get the critical hit. Didn't. So many. Stop bombing me. There's the crit. Whew. Okay. Now, the sweet piece of everything being dead. Yeah, I don't own a PSVR, which is kind of a downside. We do have one at work, or at least we did. It's definitely somewhere. But the somewhere is maybe a mystery to all at this point. Because who's been back to the office recently? I don't even know if the office is still there. And that means it won't be room scale, it'll just be a seated experience. I really hope that maybe, just maybe, they eventually port that to the other console version, or like the PC version. Is there going to be a PC version? Are they eschewing the PC version for Hitman?
You won a blazing sun on your first attempt? Congratulations!
Thanks. Wait, so that wasn't the tie-down trial?
Now's your
Okay.
chance to show you can snare Glinthawks. Lure them close to you, then tie them down in time to pass this test.
This guy's all about the bondage.
Are you ready? Good.
It's always the
I'll
quiet
start
ones.
timing once you choose a rope.
Okay, there's a few Glinthawks. Oh, wait, did I get enough skill points? Nope, nope, I need 2 more. Ow. Critical strike tied down. Does it count if they're already down on the ground for other reasons? You're going nowhere. Oh, there we go. Give me the critical strike. Ow, damn it. Get up there and get back. There. All right, 1. I've angered the tramplers. Ooh, I died. Damn. I hope it autosaved at some point there. Okay, we're good.
I'll save the shooting for down in the
Let
hunting
me
ground.
charge up here. Okay. So we give him a couple of the fire arrows, then we tie him down. That's just adding kink on top of kink. Now we got burning and everything. First, I'm gonna bring out some candle wax, some scented lotions. Okay, I don't care about any of you things. Where's the flying things? Okay, he didn't fall. He was supposed to. Okay. Ow! The hell was that? Where am I? God, I'm looking at wall. Damn it, I killed it. Wow! Oh, that one's weak. There we go. I got time. No, go down. Give me the stab. Give me the stab. Give me the stab. Give me the critical. There it is. Got him. Oh, he mad. Okay, there we go. Are we good now? Little known fact, I also explode if you shoot me in the belly with an arrow. I mean, don't try it. What? You're not dead? There. Oh, all right, guys, let's talk about this. What is in the back? Weakness against cold. Whew. That got intense.
That's coming with me.
Uh-oh. We doing this or what? Really thought those would explode off there. Maybe it was electricity? What do you have on your back, sir? Oh, there we go. There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's uh-ohing this way. Oh. That critical strike didn't seem very critical. Like the whirring sound that goes off when they are charging up to their explosion. Oh, you didn't get stunned, huh? Okay. All right. Got him. Didn't get him. That one got him. Ow. All right, got me a little too. Oh, man. Stress. And then there were none. I'm almost out of health juju. Whew. Hey, JJ. There's our DSLR. Thank you, Shemichaelta? It's running really good for me. Again, there may be some Twitch issues. Every now and again, I do get some frame drops. Though, for reference, I'm running this on a fairly old processor. It's a 4th gen Intel, like 47 something, and a 1080 Ti. So I got one generation back on graphics card and several generations back on processor. I'm really not having any problems. I'm not running on Ultra. So, I mean, it could look better. There are options to make it prettier that I do not have turned on. We could try it real quick.
You won a blazing sun on your first attempt?
This is the 3rd one I've won from you. Remember my face!
I have to get going.
You know where to find me.
Stop being creepy! Okay. That's my brain shorting out. Maximum graphics. Alright. That's actually in the other menu. Graphics. Alright, we're on favor quality. Change all settings and selection. That's, I assume, just ultimate quality. Oof! I am turning off motion blur, though. No. Ultra, high, ultra, ultra, ultra. Okay, well, and now my computer shall weep. So far, okay. There's also, I think there was a benchmark I could run. Also, doesn't look that different. Wow, that mountain, though. Damn, that's pretty. Look at that landscape. That's amazing. And that's playable ground. Like, you can run over there. Fuck off, bird. Checking out the world. Granted, I mean, it started as a PS4 game. Though it was released in the era of the Pro, so they were kind of used to the idea of higher resolution textures and stuff. From what I've heard, the medium setting for this game is the default. So, the medium would have been what you experienced on the PlayStation. It was, yeah, it was still very pretty on the PS4 too. That's true. The bird is part of the world. It's actually very pretty as well. The animator in me is quite impressed with these things. Mechs are, generally speaking, a mech is actually in a lot of ways easier to do than a biological, because you don't have to worry about deformation as much. Just it's a bunch of hard plates that stick together, and you look at it and you build in ways for it to move that make sense mechanically, so it doesn't have to really squash and stretch like a biological. That being said, there's so much more detail that goes into, instead of a smooth skin, you've got, I mean, all the care that went into planning out those thrusters on the wings, which are how it stays aloft. All the shootable bits, like there's the cannon on its chest. There's the inscrutable rage with which it attacks its prey. It's a long neck down there, or long leg? Long leg. What are the back canisters? They're really hard to get a look at. Looks like they're maybe electricity? Thank you, Pack Monster. Yes, exactly. Rigid body is always easier than soft body. which are exactly like they sound. A soft body dynamic is something where it has jiggle, it's squishy, it has to bend. Your skin would be soft body, whereas, you know, a robot would be hard or rigid body. I jiggle and I am squishy too. This is a safe place. Here we are all squishy. Go do the cauldron. Maybe I should go to the city. Just go and activate the next step of the actual story here. But the cauldrons are super useful, so let's do that before we go there. So the cauldrons allow you to unlock more ability to override, which is, you haven't really seen me do it, but it's kind of like what I did to the tall neck, where you can just convert. Oh, I can do one to this watcher over here. It makes them on your team. Some of them turn into mounts, and some of them just fight for you temporarily. You are mine now. You can tell because they get the blue vines. Oh, he's doing a little trick. Look at him. Yeah, go get him, champ. Oh, he picked a fight with a shell walker convoy. So he won't be around long. There, I helped him. Oh, he's already dead. My bad. All right. Oh, hey, Sawtooth. Oh, hang on. Tutorials. Sawtooths. Well, we can get this real quick. It'll probably... Go to bed!
I tried, like...
You try harder.
I tried.
Try harder.
I'll try.
I love you, Livy. Can I burn him 3 times? Will that count, I wonder? I don't know if he'll survive a 3rd burning. Oh, he saw me that time. He did count for 2. Burn! Not for 3, though. I think he's got to stop burning before I burn him again. All right, now hold on, hold on. You can just stop burning. There we go. Damn it. Are you weak against fire? Sort of in the middle of something here. I think these guys are weak against electricity on their back wing things. Uh-oh. All right, now hold on. Damn it, it's crab week. Here come the crabs. Ow. This is why we have a week. This is all planned. This is exactly why I'm in this game. Because of the crab robots. Whoa. Oh, he's not forgotten. He's not forgiven or forgotten. There's not. Go to bed. Go to bed and stop bothering your brother. Alright, I don't remember what the shell walkers. I know they got a sensitive back. Apparently no good for electricity. Ow. can blow their arms off. I think their weakness is just things that penetrate. That was not the arm I was trying to shoot off, but it worked. That's not where I'm aiming. Whoa, what the? Okay. I meant to do that, I guess. You and me, Crab. Didn't have to be this way. You don't need that. Uh-oh. I did do a stealth. It was an accidental stealth, which is how you know that I did it on accident, really. This game supports HDR, which I don't have an HDR monitor, but I'm insanely... It almost makes me want to get one just to see how this would look. It would take care of a lot of the fact that the contrast levels in these nighttime scenes. Nothing better than going into a cauldron with almost no health. Who said that? Where's that fox? Oh, that's not a fox. That's a raccoon. Come back here, raccoon. All of God's creatures. Oh, so far 2 blues. Oh, that's just a talisman. You get a boar skin, but I don't think I need them. The other thing about this game that I wish was a little less unwieldy is because of the number of weapons that you have. I wish the weapon wheel was more than just 4, even though I guess with all the different ammo types, 4 is already not really 4. It's potentially, what, 12? And I wish that at the bottom left we've got the traps and potions and the distractions, and they're all on this one wheel that you have to tab through one at a time. So in the middle of a battle, if you suddenly need to switch to a full heal potion, it's actually pretty difficult. The traps, at least it's kind of a do it before you go into battle and, you know, plot out your attack. I don't think these guys are susceptible to fire. They're not going to help me finish that quest. And they are really in the way. Might be able to override them after this cauldron, though. Thanksgiving, bitch! Gotta have that turkey skin. By the way, turkey skin is not really something I think anyone would ever craft with. It is not thick and hardy in any way. Bird skins are thin. Maybe we use it to just gum up other things. It is nice and crunchy, though, if you cook it right. Thank you, Pack Monster. Oh, that was the one from a while back, but thank you again anyway. Cauldron. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. Is it Row? Thank you, Pack Monster. Thank you again. See if 2 does it. Probably would have if I hit him in the eyeball instead of the under eye. Got him in the lid. And while an arrow to the eyelid sounds pretty terrible to us humans, to a robot, that's just like a Tuesday. Oh, one of them's doing it. What the? When'd you learn to dodge roll? Alright, anybody else in here? I see you, raccoon. We got unfinished business, raccoon! Don't you hide on that ledge. The most dramatic raccoon kill ever. There's that raccoon bone. Wait, I don't think I needed the bone. I think I needed the skin. I'm pretty sure raccoons are vulnerable to fire bombs. I wonder if that would have counted. Thank you, Talon Whisker. Anything can be nice and crunchy if you cook it long enough. Yeah, well, then it's no longer nice and crunchy. It's just crunchy. And uniformly crunchy isn't necessarily good. Boy, I wish it wasn't so dark down there so I could see if I would die falling. Let's give it a shot anyway.
Save these for the trail.
Oh, there we go.
There's some kind of liquid
Ow.
flowing through that pipe.
There was definitely like a crawl down button that I forgot. Sure, let's go down this dark hole. Thank you, Sir Yeti the Third. Look, it's that bonsai from Karate Kid. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, this worked out fine both times. They were scary though.
Looks like I'm not the
What's
first
the
one
over
to
under?
be in.
How long do you think before Libby comes back in? She's coming for sure, right? Three, two, one. Nice. Nice try. 3 minutes, Freckles says. All right, it's 10:38. So we'll see. 5 minutes. I got 2 minutes from Skulls. I got 3 minutes from Freckles. 5 minutes from Ultra. And Kyla says 10 minutes. 28 days later says 15. I thought it was happening this very second because I heard like a rumble. We'll see. 10:38. Current time. Like I'm supposed to be going underwater here, but it's definitely not this way. A torch. Or if my little Bluetooth headset, here we go. Bluetooth headset could make a flashlight, that would have been cool.
These will keep. They were curious too. But I'm better prepared. I hope it's enough.
Bow to the power of my magic stick. Oops. Ow. You bright. But ain't too smart.
That circular device.
Okay, shooting it will reverse its direction.
Looks like things are going my way.
Aha! I see what you did there. Get off, get off, get off, get off. There we go. Once you get this bow,
Should've sounded again.
using regular arrows is almost pointless. Which is also sort of an odd thing. I guess they're good for shooting wildlife, but other than that, the regular arrow does 20 damage and 27 tear, which is what it uses to rip pieces off. The hardpoint arrow does 40 damage and 80 tear. And as far as resources go, it costs a bit more, but not so much that it's really that prohibitive. So the regular arrow becomes really superfluous. Gotta look out for rats. I don't remember if rats
them soon
drop
enough.
something I need or not, but oh, that's right. At the end of these, there's always a boss fight. No? No override door? Okay, I just wasn't close enough. This game, real Peter Pan, this is PC. PC on ultra settings.
way through that shell.
Oh, I'm gonna stab you. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. I want to loot you. Okay. Wait a minute. Now stab leaders? See, now we can do a bandit camp for real. Because now I can give him the stab. That was a warm-up last time. Can I go back down to one arrow? I guess not. Okay. Oh, here we go. Something to vent my rage on. Pink. Who would make a control system that's arrow-based? This isn't going to take me anywhere I need to be. It just goes down. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I see what you got to do here. Ow! Ow! Okay, okay, I get it. I get it. It's not gonna work. Oh, hi. My bad. You a sawtooth? A Ravager. You weak to fire? Yeah, you are. Complete my quest, bitch! Ow, ow, that would have ripped me into twain. Ow. Alright, look, I know we've got our differences. I leaped into the air and yelled, complete my quest, bitch, while lighting you on fire. That's no reason we can't be friends. Ow. Oh, I really thought that would kill you. Ow, my life and everything attached to it. Oof. All combat machines killed. I was holding out for the Ravager, apparently. Ravagers run, Ravagers are bad. Ravagers are dead. I'm bad. Sadly, it's probably just literally true instead of in any sort of like awesome kind of way. What? Oh. Thanks for Speedy Cactus.
That should get me through.
Thank you, JJ. So, through stabbing machines, you've learned a more effective way to stab humans. Correct. That's how that works. You just... I mean, you think about it. It's way harder to stab machines. So, stabbing humans they're squishy. It's way easier. I've been covering up my health this entire time with my camera. I guess it doesn't really matter what my experience is at. And the camera didn't move. So, hey, now I'm over here. And you can see my health status. Thank you, Dream Slayer. How bad can I be? Oh, don't challenge me. You saw my stealth attempt. I can be pretty bad when I just let go. This is a fancy room. Which is very dark. Touch. Nope. Hey. Yeah. I'm definitely going somewhere. That way. Nope. Ow! Gah! Ugh. Damn it. Oh. Could use this Ravager cannon. I mean... Oh, it sounds so growly. Nice. That makes sense, sure. Ah. This is what I did. Thank you, Strife Havoc. So she would have been ground up into tiny little bits by even one of those little interactions, I think. It's in our Aloy, the industrial accident. Hey. Hi. Let's try that again. Hey. Better. Anybody else? No? Okay. Guessing that is my objective to get up there, but maybe not.
So much for being careful.
Yeah. All right. You know, not you two. Everybody's a critic. She's definitely shaming me, and I deserve it. I get it. I mean, none of those things hurt me, so I don't know why she's so upset, but... Also, in this context, I'm just her.
Collect blaze from the wilds, and it all flows here, like blood to a heart. So the cauldron runs on life itself.
Wait, blaze is something they can collect from the environment? I guess it's like oil? I leaped onto this with absolutely no idea where it was going. I guess this got some real Matrix aesthetics going here. Are the arms fighting? Ha! Sure hope this doesn't tase me, bro. We're good. Ow, 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 ow. Huh. Uh-oh. Alright. I forget what these guys, I think they're fire... What are the weaknesses? Uh-oh. Is that another Ravager? Kind of looks like another Ravager. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Good thing I'm so sneaky. Oh, God! He found me! Oh, they didn't like the firebomb last time. Let's do one of those. Yes. We know this for sure. It hates being on fire. Wah! I'm gonna call Colonel Sanders back off. Yes. Now's the time to swim. Get out of the water! Oh, please, please. There we go. Okay, okay. We're good. This looks safe. Ugh. Uh-oh. He's mad. How do you know I was here? If that gun came off, I could use it to kill him with it. Alright, well, it came off, but I don't think I'm gonna get there. Oh, he's got a hurt paw. Go under. Wow! God! Get out of the puddle, please! That wasn't the direction I would have chosen. And into another puddle. Stealth. Oh boy. Damn it! Get out of the puddle, man! Oh, please. Please. Wow! Okay, okay. We're there. Get the gun. Get the gun. Get the gun. Wow! Stop being so mad! There. God. Yeah? I think he's on to me. Get the gun. Damn it! Pick up the gun! Ow! Oof! He knocked the gun right out of me. Stop it! You chicken! Ooh. My ears keep ringing. Come on, get over there, get over there, get it, get it, get it, get it. Didn't get it. Oh. Whew. This was a mean room.
Heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard too.
Ooh, yeah, it does. I'm keeping this. I'm not that patient. Okay. Now to figure out where I'm supposed to go. Yeah. Let go before I get ground up again. There we go. Let's see. 10:55. So, who had 17 minutes? 17 minutes? Anybody? Close without going over? Hi, Livy. What are you doing? I love you, love. I 17 minutes and 56 seconds. That's how long you tried. You tried for 17 minutes and 56 seconds. You know, not looking at me doesn't make you invisible. I still see you. Hello. Vivi. Go back to bed, and I will be in to tuck you in about 15 minutes, okay? Adios. That's not bed.
I love you, viewers.
It's been very sweet today. Eli, bed. Hi. Bed. I love you. No, thank you. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'll come sit with you in just a minute. Though you're supposed to have been in bed already. I'm gonna tell your mom you didn't go to bed. Some reason you what? Well, unfortunately, we don't get to go out and run around nearly as much as you really need to. But go lay down for a little bit. Did you sleep in? What time did you get up? Oh, that's where I need to go. I need to get over there. 9 something. 8 or 9. That's... You sure did sleep in. Well, go lay down for a little bit longer and we'll see if we can get you to bed. I will come lay down and tuck you in. Alright, I need to get on that platform. Is he gonna take me over it? Not quite. Here we go. Like a giant, gross 3D printer. Ugh. Hey, JJ. Being in lockdown at all. Yeah. No, he's been working on a beard for about 9 years now. So far, no luck. What did I do there? Alright, I turned this thing off or something. Which allows me to go where? Alright. Well, suck it, that thing that I just turned off, I guess. I need to get back on that little flying dealie and ride it through a door somewhere. That's how that worked last time. I wonder what it's building there. So those little red things I keep running past, you can shoot them for like a deployable cover. This is not the way, is it? I don't know, that's new. I don't recognize those. Maybe this is the way. I could have just flown over them though. This does not look like the way. Try taking one of those flying crates. Maybe it'll get me somewhere. Find the chest with the dungeon map in it. If only 'twere so easy. Yeah. Super fingers. You can make it. Yes. Incorrect. That was not the way to go. I think may have been onto something with that open door that I was just through, but I didn't see where to go from there. Is there a... Hold on. Maybe I'm being dumb here. See, now it's telling me where to go inside. Taha. If I had had this quest on the whole time, it would have been leading me. Do you have PlayStation Now? If so, is it worth it? I do have PlayStation Now. I think. I got a code for it at some point, but if I'm honest, I haven't used it anytime recently, so I can't really speak to how good it is at this moment. Sorry, Janine. Thank Chad. I'm trying to make sure I get off at the right time. Is this the right place? Okay, this is the right place. What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup? Anyone can roast beef. If you're pea soup, then you've got some major issues that need to be discussed with your physician. Whoa! That would have yanked my arms off. That was a dead fall of like 8 feet, arrested in 1 second. Yes, I see.
Keep that for later. That's where I need to go.
Oh, didn't hold it. Professor of Games, I've had no problems. Yeah, I saw a lot of the comments that were saying they were having issues with crashing or performance issues. I'm now running it on Ultra on a 4th gen Intel CPU and a 1080 Ti, so 1 generation back on GPU as well. And it's running fine. I mean, like any game, every now and again there are little stutters, but that happens on the PlayStation too, so I'd say at least as far as I can tell, I just killed myself. No, I didn't. Okay. There are certainly a lot of people that are having difficulties with the game, but I'm not one of them. So I'm not sure what the conflict that a lot of those people are having is, but I think it's probably something software related. Thank you, Chad. Maybe it could be conflicting with some kind of virus software or something like that. Some of the crash reviews are just masked. I hate this for coming to PC. I don't know why anyone would be bothered by that, to be honest. Thank you, the Chad. Do you know that kangaroos can jump higher than the average house? This is due to their strong musculature in their hind legs and the fact that houses can't jump. It seems like nearly anything could succeed in that metric as long as it was able to jump. But how do you count it when a house is moved? It's sort of a jump. I mean, it's lifted, but that's jumping, isn't it? They are arbitrary. When I was growing up, I lived in a house that had been moved, which was always really strange to me because it's not like it was a small house. I mean, it wasn't a huge house either, but it was a duplex that my parents turned into one house. Gosh, how many bedrooms was it? I think it was 2 bedrooms. but then they added on a bedroom. They did a lot of work on that house. Yeah. Is there a back bedroom? No. Yeah, it was just 2 bedrooms and they put another one on it. Hey, don't see me, Mr. Snapjaw. Oh, I could have overridden that? That's been disabled this whole time. Ow, ow, ow. I'm getting tased to death. Get away. That was unfortunate. Alright, so snap. Oh, those are actually not too hard. As long as I can run away enough. The crocodile. There, 418. Wait, no, come back. I need to slay you. What did I just drink? I make you mine. Ow, that damn wall! Stupid tase wall. You would have thought that I would have learned when I did that once, but no. I don't learn ever. Hey, Chad. Lift you up in the air, that's not jumping. Jumping is under your own power. Houses don't have that kind of power yet. That's fair.
This is about to get a
But if I attach a jack to the house... Okay, follow-up question. What's the slowest that you can jump? And 2, how connected to something does it need to be to count as one thing? If you've connected a jack to the house and that does the lifting, then is that not any different than your leg being connected to your torso? Oh, that's a great point, Blackfile. Baba Yaga's house can jump. Uh-oh. There's a Ravager, too. Not as excited about that. Uh-oh. He's on to me. That was a miss. That was not a miss, but it still missed. Oh, the Ravager found me. I'm being ravaged. Ah! So much ravaging. Well, at least he doesn't like fire, so when I do this... Oh, this thing that I'm going to do any second now and not just die. Oh boy, oh boy. Ow, that was my life. Okay, now I have 2 health bars. Oh, now we need to run. Now we need to run real far. Ow, ow, ow. Everything exploded into fire. That hurt. Mr. Ravager, please. Oh, he's looking. Warbow. All right, you just have a sit and think about life for a minute, okay? He's walking it off. That's not great. Well, could you please stop being so on top of me? A little on top of me is okay. It's warm and can be fun. But so on top of me, you're gonna explode and fire me. Yep, there you did. Now you're just... Oh, I'm getting death rolled by a crocodile. Ow. That's not great. Oh, stop it, stop it. Wah! Oh, get him right in the goiter. That was a miss. Ooh, ooh. Hi, Mr. Ravager, sir. Ooh, whoa. Yep, yep. He's almost dead. Oh, come on. That not dead? Let me go to bed. I will come in if you can do what I asked and stay in your room. I said 15 minutes, and I don't know if it's been 15 minutes. It has, but I'll be there shortly. I'm almost done. I don't think that was the right kind of element to destroy him, but that was a lot. What we know for sure is he does not like being on fire. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, a purple thing. Freeze coil, nice. Once you get to purple weapons, most of your upgrades are just tacking in better mods, so a lot of purple ones are good. Hey JJ, please Ryan, when you make the killing blow on on that thing, you have to say "see you later." Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. I messed it up. Thank you, Chad. In proportion to the weight of the object and it also falling at terminal velocity, the thing lifted, it would also have to leave the ground. So I assume you don't have a jack that can stay attached to the house and throw it. I would move relatively slow, but I need to engineer your way around the discussion. Look, if the jacks, because it's not like you just put a forklift under one into the house and lift it up. They do attach multiple jacks along different places throughout the structure, and they are attached to the house because you wouldn't want that falling over. So I would argue that during the time when there are jacks attached to the house to lift it into the air, it is very slowly jumping. Though I guess it doesn't leave the ground, which is sort of a problem. Yep. Well, eventually it does, but yeah, I give you that. The jacks can't both be integral to the part of to the house and remain on the ground and still call it a jump. There's the two-part quandary. If the jacks were not part of the house, then you could argue that it was a jump because the house itself would leave the ground. But without that, it can't jump. It is more like the house standing up. You're right. Tornadoes. Well, that's not really under its own power. All right, what did I learn how to...
That's it. More machines I can override.
Which ones? Tell me! It's only the second of 6. All right, long legs, tramplers, shell walkers, ravagers, and snapmaws. Tell me I can ride a trampler. That would be amazing. I'm going to go try and ride a trampler, and then I'll call it a night. Hunting ground. There we go. Disabled right now. Okay, fine. I'll walk over here and open the gate. You ever need to go back in these things, but if I did, that would have sucked. Hey, you non-figment. How am I so wholesome? Am I? Cool, thanks. I try. You know, when you got kids in the house, you have to rein it in a bit.
She'd see me.
Stop it. Alright. Flashbanged. Ooh, what was that spear damage? I don't have an upgraded spear yet, so that doesn't really help. Okay. Now can I go and see if I can ride a trampler? There it is. This is it, right? Camp. Thank you, not your grandma's peen. And Chad, do you know the more crows get hit by motorcycles than cars? This is because when crows eat roadkill, they always have a lookout crow. Although every crow can say "ka," not one of them can say "bike." I've heard that before, but still, boo. How well is this run on PC? This is it on PC, on ultra settings with the 1080. And a very old. I should have just gone over there. Very old Intel processor. So it's running really well. People have been having issues with it though, so your mileage may vary. Okay, I just want to touch your butt. Let's not make this awkward. Come here. Come here. There it is. Alright, can I ride you? No. You're my friend now, but I can't ride you. Which does make me a little sad. Now turn on your own kind and kill them. Here, I'll make it easy. I missed. They're too far away. So I kind of get why you're not going after them. Thank you, Malamac. Let's get up here to safety and then we'll call it a night. Since I need to make sure my kids finally go to sleep. Maybe I can ride the Thunderjaw. Thunder Maw. Thunder Gun. Whatever it is. Alright, there we go. Save at the fire. Whoosh. Okay. Oh, let's see. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. Let's see what the requested reading for this evening is. The bedtime story. Thundercracker, sure. The horse and the rams are the only rideable in the base game. Well, this does have all the DLCs, but that doesn't mean that it added anything anywhere near me. That and then that story time. Medusa Meat requests an excerpt from Two-Headed Boy Part 2. I'm unfamiliar with the work. And when we break, we'll wait for our miracle. God is a place where some holy spectacle lies. And when we break, we'll wait for our miracle. God is a place you will wait for the rest of your life. Two-headed boy, she is all you could need.
I'm not two-headed.
She will feed you tomatoes and radio wires and retire to sheets safe and clean, but don't hate her when she gets up to leave. I'm reading something. So. Okay, I'm coming to lay with you guys. I'll be right there. Thank you, everybody. Thanks again, G Fuel, for sponsoring this stream. I will be back on Thursday. It's after I'm gotta go put these children to bed now. So, yep. Use code SortaRyan if you want to get 10% off. It'll be 30% off a little bit later in the week, though. So you might want to hold on for that. I'm just saying, it's like when it comes on Thursday, Friday, it'll be 30.
Bye, viewers. Love you.
You don't have to eat the microphone. You can just talk at it.
I know. I want to eat the microphone.
Okay. Both of you to your beds. I'll be right there. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful couple days. I'll see you Thursday. Oh, who was a good Twitch? You only dropped 0.9% of frames tonight. Only 5,505. Bye.